everyone, my name is Ingrid Hicklin, and I'm thrilled that you are watching this show. We welcome to the show Stuart Holt, President and CEO of ArtsFairfax. He will educate us on ArtsFairfax that represents over 200 arts organizations in Fairfax, Virginia. So let's find out if this is a place for you to go to find out what's happening in your community. You be the judge. Well, welcome to the show, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Ingrid. It's a pleasure to be here.
Happy to have you here. So how did what led you to start working for ArtsFairfax?
Oh, so I've been on the job for over a year now.
Okay.
And I came from New York City. Ooh. I know that we share that in common.
Yes.
But my prior organization closed its doors after many years. And I was presented with the opportunity to continue working in the arena of community engagement and education, or parlay those skills and those experiences into a senior leadership job. And well, here I am. As you said in your intro, a town with, or a county with over 200 arts organizations really presented an exciting opportunity for me.
Yeah, when I think about, the mission of ArtsFairfax, that's like really powerful. And tell the viewers, and we're going to see it on screen too, the mission of ArtsFairfax.
Yeah, so ArtsFairfax is committed to expanding access and opportunity for arts and cultural opportunities across Fairfax County.
And when was it founded?
1964, the organization was founded as the Arts Council of Fairfax County. But then in 2018, the organization did a rebrand and a refresh, and we're now, of course, known as ArtsFairfax.
I love ArtsFairfax.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So tell us about a recent exhibition that you've had.
Yeah, so we partner with Macerich and the Tyson's Corner Center shopping area. And we have done two recent exhibitions that are really exciting. One was a piece that was with Andy Yoder. The piece was called Overboard, and it was a collection of Air Jordan shoes.
I know we're showing our viewers
Yes,
that.
it's so amazing to see these shoes and look at them. But they're all made out of recycled materials. So while they look like shoes, they actually are recycled wrappers and paper materials and food containers that have been recycled and reimagined as these shoes.
Oh my word.
So really fantastic work, and Andy was able to show it at Tyson's, and then it's gone on to different art museums around the country as a show that's been exhibited.
Traveling.
Yeah, it was a great sort of opportunity to pick up that work. And then the second one more recently that I think your viewers are also going to see is the Tolerance Project.
Yes.
This was a set of posters that were created by a European artist who asked artists to respond to the word tolerance. Ooh. What does that bring to mind for you, and how does that translate to a visual piece? All of the posters are the same size, and then the artist is sort of free to interpret that as they will. But the best part is even though he's a European artist, every time the show is exhibited, he works with a local partner to find local artists to then add to the collection. So there was 3 Fairfax County artists that exhibited their work in response to the prompt of tolerance, seen in the show, and now that becomes part of the collection and goes on to the next venue. At this point, there are over 200 different submissions of these posters around the word tolerance. So
200?
200, yes.
That's
so
huge.
It's huge, and it's a great opportunity for local artists to be seen across the country and also across the world in really how their artwork is responding to this idea of this single word.
Tolerance.
Yeah.
And you know what? What a wonderful time that you're presenting that type of exhibition That is powerful. And yes, our viewers will have an opportunity to see that. Yeah, thank you. So who are the nonprofit organizations involved?
Yeah, great question. So there's over 200 arts organizations, as you said in your intro, and they span the gamut from really large organizations like the Tefra Institute for Contemporary Art in Reston or Wolf Trap Performing Arts Center in Vienna to some small organizations like the Jubilaires, a choral group that is committed to barbershop singing, or medium-sized groups like the choral group the Reston Chorale. And Arts Fairfax, the largest part of our work is re-granting to these organizations. So anywhere between 57 to 60 organizations are receiving grants every fiscal year. We have 3 different categories: general operating support, project support, and then ticket subsidy and audience development. So the opportunity to use funds to reduce ticket prices or to provide transportation for folks to come to a venue and see and experience an artistic opportunity.
Stuart, what you're describing to me is really some out-of-the-box thinking, because you're looking at ways to bring transportation, which is always pretty key.
Always key.
We're from New York.
Yeah, you can't just hop on the subway, although we do have the metro. So if you're going up to the Reston or Herndon area, you're able to take the Silver Line. But yeah, transportation can be a challenge for people to go out and experience the arts. So I love that audience development and ticket subsidy grant exists, because it can allow arts organizations to engage with a different community or a different audience where those barriers might exist. And that organization says, you know what, those barriers shouldn't exist. And we're going to partner with Arts Fairfax to eliminate those barriers and bring you to see this work.
I think that's what it's all about, because you really want to bring more people to these exhibits and let them experience what's going on. So the art venues that you've had, where are some of the venues that you've used?
So a lot of our arts and cultural partners are working at a variety of venues. But I will say that our biggest partnership is with Capital One Hall. So when Capital One Hall was built, there was a community partnership that was set up, which would allow arts and cultural partners to apply for the chance to present their work in either the main hall or the black box. So they are elevating their work by being on the Capital One Hall campus. And Arts Fairfax, we take those applications, we review everybody's event, what they want to do, make sure that they meet all the requirements to be in the hall, and then we make a recommendation to the county. I will say that we have done 4 seasons of performances. Season 5 will roll out later this year with performances beginning in September. So it's an exciting opportunity for arts organizations to interact in a very large space, but also with a new audience.
And I think that's what's all about, and interact in a large audience, my goodness. Now tell us about the events calendar, because when I read about that, I'm like, you mean to say that I can just tap something and I could find out?
Yes, we just did a refresh on our brand new, beautiful Arts Fairfax website, and the events calendar is one of the components. And it is really your one-stop shopping for everything arts. So those 200 arts organizations, they're using that as a chance to engage with a new audience. You've just said you went there and you clicked on it. You're that new audience, Ingrid.
I am that new audience, and it's wonderful. And right here in Fairfax County, Virginia.
That's right here in Fairfax County, the chance to see what's happening. And with that many organizations, you are looking at an amazing abundance of opportunities of all kinds. Theater, dance, music, visual art, spoken word, poetry. There literally is something for everyone.
Wait a minute, did you say spoken word?
I did say spoken word.
I have a son that's into spoken word.
Well, that is great. Well, one of of the other programs we do is the Fairfax County Poet Laureate.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Angelique Palmer is our new Poet Laureate, and she is a big facilitator and proponent for spoken word in collaboration with traditional poetry. So really,
I love it.
you can be on the lookout on the events
I gotta
calendar
look
for
it out.
things that are featuring Angelique.
I will. So tell us also about the Public Art Locator.
Yes. So we are big supporters of public art in Fairfax County, and we partnered with the county information technologies and the GIS department to create a public art locator, literally a map that you can look at and see where all of the public art is within Fairfax County. So if you're out and you see something, you can pull up the map, you can look at it. There's information about the art available there.
Information about the art.
Yes, so we can know who the artist is. We can learn a little bit more about what happens with it. But it's all crowdsourced. So if you're out and you look at the locator and see that it's not there, you can snap a picture, upload it to the locator. My team will vet it. They will gather all of the information, and you help us to discover more public art. As of right now, there are over 200 pieces of public art throughout Fairfax County, with more coming on board.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity for you as a community member to see where public art is. But for me to look at that map and say, where are there opportunities for us to create more public art and engage in dialogue and conversation with the county and with other entities who can support that?
Which makes more sense, because that way, you know, you're getting the public involved, and that really means a lot, you know. So what has been the economic impact?
Oh, the economic impact is pretty fantastic in terms of what happens. With 200 arts organizations throughout the county, we know that there is a large impact that is happening. And I want to make sure that I quote some numbers correctly.
We love numbers.
So I know that you're going to see a slide about this.
Exactly, it's a slide.
But there's 70 arts organizations who participated in the Arts and Economic Prosperity Survey that we do with Americans for the Arts. And those 70 groups generated $260.3 million in funding. And that's direct costs, so buying tickets, subscriptions, attending the events, but also the ancillary things that they did in terms of buying a new dress, buying gas, going out to dinner, perhaps buying flowers for an artist. All of those additional costs that come with that art going equate to that total amount that is done. So there's a huge economic impact on the county and also on our arts and cultural partners.
Yeah, and I think that that really is very important. How does one become one of the partner with your organization? I mean, how does that happen? Is there an application or?
So there are applications for our grants, but we also have an arts directory that's available on our website. And you know, as an arts organization, you have the opportunity to check that out and perhaps even build a profile for yourself as an individual artist or an arts organization. And then you can go ahead and search that directory. If I'm looking for somebody who does spoken word, or I'm looking for dance companies or theater companies, I can drill down my search and find out who is right here in Fairfax County.
Wow, I think that's really very important, because one thing about it is being able to drive to it, you know, and see it. Do you have, is this like a year-round activity that the arts? Yeah, so our arts and cultural partners apply for the grants within our fiscal year, which runs July 1 through June 30th. But our arts calendar is populated year-round because there's arts activities that are happening all year. While most of our organizations are programming September through June, a lot of them are also doing summer camps or summer concerts or summer performances. The camps are there as well. So really, again, as I said, it is one-stop shopping for all arts. Okay, so in the old days, you know, you had the post I'll be looking at, you know, and then, you know, the weekend section, you know.
Yes.
And now you can just turn on your laptop or tablet.
Yeah, or on your phone, you can
Or
go
my
ahead
phone.
and take a look. And there's the opportunity for you to explore the events calendar, the directory, the public art locator. There's the chance for
Nice.
email newsletters to, come directly to your mailbox with information that might be available
Wow.
for performances or programs. So really, it is your one-stop shop for everything arts related.
So, the vision for Arts Fairfax, because I know you will have a strategic plan. Where is that vision taking us?
Yeah, so it's great that you mentioned strategic plan because we're about to embark on a new one starting in September. And I
very
think
nice.
we want to be that one-stop shop, but we also want to make the arts accessible for everyone across Fairfax County.
It's key.
We know that the arts provide an opportunity for us to come into community with new people, to experience new opportunities, to learn new things, and to satiate our curiosity.
Yes.
We love that our tagline is "Stay curious, stay local." So when
I love that, everyone. I hope everyone out there says stay curious and stay local.
That's right. So as you look at the future, you
works.
look at satiating that curiosity by exploring local arts opportunities and supporting our local arts and cultural organization and learning more, meeting amazing people, experiencing gorgeous art.
Does the arts locator also do you have food festivals and
So
different
the
festivals
locator
going
doesn't
on?
have food festivals, but some food festivals will be appearing on the events calendar.
Oh, it'll be on the events calendar.
And I will say that some arts events typically have some sort of food component that goes with that.
Because I'm a foodie.
All
so-
right, okay.
So I just wanted to know where can I find the food? But okay, so the events calendar, I can actually go in there and I can see the different festivals.
You can see festivals, you
Wow.
can see anything that's arts related. So if there's an
Wow.
arts component, we hope and we want our arts and cultural partners to promote that event because they then are amplifying that work.
Yeah, and I think that that's really important to be able to find a location, and a lot of it happens to be affordability.
Yeah.
Because it's a luxury item.
I think that sometimes we think of the arts as a luxury item, and I think that's because of the expense.
Yes,
But
it's because of the expense.
I think it's always important for us to frame it that it really isn't a luxury item. It's an essential
I
item.
like that. It's
It
it's
is.
essential.
It's an essential item for us for reflection, for enjoyment, for peace, for all of those things that anybody might think when they think about the arts. And from my perspective, I don't think you can really put a price on that. But
That's
I
correct.
do understand
That's
that
correct.
it can be viewed as a luxury because of the cost.
Yes, but you are, breaking down those barriers where cost is an issue.
Yes.
By the various things that your strategies in terms of, ticket reduction.
Yeah.
And actually to be able to walk around and see beautiful art all throughout the county. That's amazing to me.
And I think that public art piece is free.
And it's free.
Doesn't cost you any money to get out and walk around. But I think
Yeah.
we also are seeing, in terms of vision, our arts and cultural partners are really working to meet our community where they're at. So thinking about making tickets affordable, thinking about opportunities that are perhaps free, thinking about opportunities that work with a variety of communities, and therefore the work isn't perhaps centered in one venue, but in multiple venues
Multiple
across the county.
Wow.
It's a great time for creativity,
And
I'll
I
say.
think that that's really, very, very important to be able to say, okay, well, we have this, but there's a lot, because Fairfax County has so many different sections, and each part of the county is unique.
Yes.
Which I think is so wonderful. You have that neighborhood uniqueness, and it's fantastic. And so the other question that I have is that the arts let's say, finding different artwork, is that spread throughout Fairfax County, or is it mainly in a particular area?
No, it is. So the arts and cultural partners, those 200 organizations, are everywhere across the county.
Wow.
So they're not just centered in, say, Tyson's or down in Mount Vernon, but they are everywhere,
Oh, that's excellent.
which is great. And the public art is also everywhere. And again, we see more and more arts organizations coming on board, thinking about, could I be a resource or an opportunity in this community? And we're also seeing currently active arts organizations thinking about, are there opportunities for me to partner with other organizations that are located
so
in other
that
places?
happens.
So that does too. Art doesn't happen in a vacuum by itself. It happens through collaboration and through that idea of, what if? What if I create this? Even if I'm just creating a painting, it always begins with that question of, what if?
So, you know, I would say that what you're getting me excited about is that, you know, affordability is a necessity, and I do agree with you, it is a necessity, you know, and it just broadens your mind in terms. So where do we find more information on Arts Fairfax?
Yeah, so www.artsfairfax.org. We're also on social media as Arts Fairfax, so Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn all have information about our organization.
Facebook and even LinkedIn.
And even LinkedIn, yes.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So what do you want our audience to remember from your interview?
What I want them to remember is that idea that the arts are essential. And whether you live in Fairfax County or you're watching this from somewhere else, the arts are essential. And supporting local arts is even more essential. The opportunity to see the arts thrive in our local community not only enriches that community, but enriches those who live there. So take that essential sense, visit your local arts agencies, check them out, and share your passion for the arts.
Wow, that's like powerful. Well, you know, I would say that the most important thing is that your spirit, you're very enthused about it. So like, I'm like, okay, I definitely am into this now.
I appreciate that. My staff will be the first to tell you that there's a lot of energy that I bring when I talk about our work.
Which is fantastic, because you're passionate about the work. And I think that I get that. And it's important that that comes off where people know that it's inclusive and it's a welcoming environment, and you can go to these different venues and take advantage. And I don't have to drive like an hour in traffic to get to. I won't say where I'll be driving. We're not going to give them any publicity. But right here, I can just say right here locally and love it.
You can.
Yeah.
You can take a quick 20-minute drive or a 10-minute drive, or sometimes it's just around the block.
Wow. And as a sidebar, have other counties taken a look at what Fairfax is offering to kind of like think about how they can do things like that?
They do. I think that our sister or arts organizations in Alexandria, in Arlington, in Prince William County, Prince George's County, Montgomery County in Maryland, all have an organization like an Arts Fairfax who's really rallying the cry for local arts and supporting them and really sort of banging the drum for that concept of the arts are essential.
Yeah, because I think that that's what the real part of it is that, and you just see when people can be creative, and then you can really patronize the arts. You know, I think it's just fantastic.
I love it.
You know, from that standpoint. Well, Stuart, I have to thank you for being on Ingrid's World. Yeah,
it's a pleasure.
You really have educated us on what's available. I'm inspired.
Good.
And I'm glad to know it's something that's year-round.
Yeah.
That I can actually take advantage. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. A pleasure.
My pleasure, definitely. Well, I thank Stuart Holt for being on Ingrid's World, educating us on Arts Fairfax. I love that it's, yes, he said it, one-stop shopping or one-stop place where a person can learn about programs, exhibitions, and even entertainment, and places offered right here in Fairfax County. Ah, what an amazing resource. My inspirational quote is from Pablo Picasso. Art washes away the soul, the dust of everyday life. It's a joy to produce a show that highlights the resources for the community. So remember, connect with me on Facebook at Ingrid's World, or follow the show at Ingrid's World VA in X and Instagram. Use Ingrid's World to find out information on the many subjects at Ingrid's World through Ingrid's World LLC YouTube channel and ingridsworld.org. Thanks for watching.